If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Today is... Today's...
Steven Spielberg sets out to answer the question, are we alone, with his return to the science fiction genre in the new film Disclosure Day. Bryan, if you recall, 6 months ago, I put Disclosure Day as my most anticipated film of the year.
Number one.
I'll answer this question after you.
Okay.
But does it live up to that anticipation?
No.
Damn, Bryan.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Well, you know what? I don't want to speak for you, but speaking for myself, I did have a little bit of anticipation for this movie. It wasn't my most anticipated, but like you were saying, Steven Spielberg is an event. I mean, he's an event filmmaker. And anytime he makes a film, specifically a movie in the science fiction genre that focuses on aliens, you want to know what Steven Spielberg is going to do. Like, this feels like, and you had mentioned this, that, and I don't want to take your words from you. That
please, go ahead.
It's a summation.
Do my whole review.
No, it's a summation. It's almost like...
those are his words.
Those are his words. Those are Spielberg's words. Yeah. But I was definitely excited to see this. And there are a lot of stuff in this movie that I really do like and I admire, especially from the technical side and from some of the acting and the performances.
I just feel like Spielberg has told this story before, and he's told it better before. It's certainly in conversation with one of his masterpieces, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I agree.
It's nowhere near as good as that.
No.
I think the comparison is a problem for this movie. I think the tropes that this movie is trucking in are right out of the X-Files. You know, it's trying to tell this story about like, hey, Roswell, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens, that's a thing.
Yeah.
We've known about this for a while.
Yeah.
And so all the alien stuff we've seen before because it's trying to replicate the grays that have been reported by all these, people over the years.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the revelation of this film is just not interesting, and I don't think believable at all.
No, I don't think it's believable at all. And I just don't think the way he tries to explain a lot of that stuff as we get into that third act, I think that third act gets a little too, the exposition becomes really, really heavy-handed, and it's almost like he's almost kind of talking to the audience.
Like, I don't necessarily go to Spielberg for subtlety. Like, I'm happy to be hit over the head with a theme, and I do like the theme that is being explored here. He wants to have a conversation about empathy as a superpower.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
He wants to talk about corporations and government contracts and how we're being manipulated by our governments. Okay, I want to have that conversation too.
And all of that is there, but going to your point is when you think about the comparison with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, we focus on character in that movie. And with this movie, and one thing I do like about it, that it is a chase film. And you kind of, with the opening shot and that opening scene, you kind of just dropped right into the middle of the story.
It gets up and goes and doesn't stop.
So you're
until it grinds to a halt.
Yeah, that's true. So you're dropped right into the middle of the story, and you're kind of like, as an audience member, you're just kind of like in it, and you're like with these characters on this chase. But because you're doing that, it's so plot driven with all the mechanics of it that we don't get a chance to slow down to focus on story, to focus on Josh O'Connor, and to focus on Emily Blunt.
I think the chase film was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like, trying to make a popular thriller with Disclosure Day just doesn't work. I want the Spielberg who made The Post or Bridge of Spies to make this movie, and it's not a chase film, right? Like, trying to turn it into a popcorn film does the themes a disservice.
It kind of minimizes those themes a lot to me. It just because.
And then like the action, some of the staging does not work.
Yeah, I know. You see it in the trailer, the sequence with the train. I think that sequence is thrilling, But again, it's like the staging of it. I get the idea of it. I can see, again, conceptually how you can design an action
but
sequence
even
like that.
before that, Josh O'Connor like navigating his way between the government agents or the corporate agents, making his way to that car. None of that. None of that worked. All the stuff around the farmhouse just fell flat.
Yeah, like that stuff, and then the stuff in the motel. Again, it's like when you have this this government agency or whatever this agency is, with all of these kind of military guys coming after you because, like you say, there's a chase film. It makes them look inept, you know. And
you
then
don't put a guy behind the hotel.
Exactly.
Like, you're all going through the front door. You don't think maybe someone's going to go out the window in the back?
Exactly. So it's just like when you have people like characters that are so inept, then that starts to pull me out of the movie. And then I'm starting to look at other things. I'm starting to question and doubt other things, and it's making me pick the movie apart a little bit more. And then I can't really focus on the story that Spielberg is trying to tell us. So I don't know, man. I enjoyed the experience of watching some of it, but then overall, it was just like
the screening we went to felt like an event movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was an IMAX screening. Everybody was there. Every seat was taken.
Yeah.
We were jammed in there. We were all ready to watch a film. And I do love that Spielberg can bring all these people together to tell a story.
Yeah.
And that's exciting. And I do think you should watch this on the big screen. And I do think that a lot of people are going to like this film.
Yeah.
But if you think it's going to be a follow-up to Close Encounters of the Third Kind in terms of narrative, theme, or quality,
you're mistaken.
You're going to be disappointed.
Yeah. What's your rating for this?
I'm going to give it a B+. I'm going to give it a B+.
Okay.
Because I just can't bring myself to give it a B-.
Yeah, I would say it's disappointing, but it's not a bad movie, and it definitely does try to say something. You're right, the comparisons, I think, does it a disservice comparing it to Close Encounters, because it can't live up to that. But I'm going to go B+ as well.
But it's not as good as The Fabelmans. It's not as good as his West Side Story.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's better than Ready Player One.
Oh, easily, yeah. It's a step down, but it's still worth watching. It's definitely still worth watching, so.
If you liked what you just saw,
then check us out on YouTube at PGC TV Online. We'll see you at the movies.